to STSPN and West Coast Conference Volleyball. Tonight, the Cascade Bruins are visiting the Lake Stevens Vikings. I'm Mike Buckles, along with producer Todd Elvig at the helm of the video cameras, also directing the technical crew out in the truck. Tonight's contest is sponsored by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. This is a 4A conference matchup, and the overview of the Cascade Bruins. They are coached by Marcia Pagebig, and she's a first-year coach. In 2014, the Bruins made the district playoffs, but since that time, it has been a struggle for Cascade. Last year, the Bruins only won 2 sets during the whole season, going 0-14. This year, they've lost 3-0 to Everett. Tonight, they face a very tough Lake Stevens team in the league opener. I talked to Coach Pagebig, and she said she's excited. Hey, you got to start somewhere, and looking forward to taking some baby steps tonight against that tough Viking team. The Lake Stevens Vikings are the defending league and district champions, going undefeated until losing the opening match at state last year, finishing the season 17-2. The Vikes are coached by Kyle Hoagland, and they hope to improve this year, and this is the opening match of the season for Lake Stevens. The starting lineups are being introduced right now. We're going to take a commercial break and be right back for the opening serve. After this, stay with us here on STSPN.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Everett and Lake Stevens, we'll help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Evergreenway in Everett. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
You know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family. That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back, and we are having the starting lineups introduced for tonight's contest. West Coast Conference Volleyball. It is the Cascade Bruins visiting the Lake Stevens Vikings. Sponsored by Ace Hardware.
Presenting sponsor is Ace Hardware.
Presenting sponsor is Ace Hardware. It is now time for the flag salute. And the crowd is filling in here tonight. I'm Mike Buckles along with Todd Elvig. This is West Coast 4A conference play. And one of the things we have to check out is we've got a roster number change for Lake Stevens. And I'm going to have to find out who that was, because I went and checked roster changes, number changes, and they didn't give me anything. And here we have number 1 starting for Lake Stevens.
Well,
go figure. And we got a lot of Lake Stevens fans around us, so when I get a break here, I'm going to ask one of the students maybe that are back here. Crowd is piled in here around us. Lake Stevens anticipation high, went to state last year. Felt like they have some unfinished business as they lost their first match at state after going through league and district undefeated, won their second match at state, and then were eliminated. Cascade Bruins are wearing their dark red trimmed in light gray with light gray numbers, black trunks. Lake Stevens Vikings wearing their home whites trimmed in purple and black. High school volleyball, best 3 of 5 on the sets. The sets go to 25 points. And you must win by 2, except set number 5 goes to 15.
We almost lost our gear there at the beginning. When they were doing the announcing, they were throwing those small volleyball balls up into the stands, and a couple of them went right past the kid.
Yeah, right past us. I saw the guy here in the front. He dove for it. He almost ended up on ridiculousness as he almost took a tumble down the stairs there.
Well, we could have made money off of that on the replay of.
Yeah. Lake Stevens will have first serve. Karina Dahlquist, a 5'3" senior setter, getting ready to serve. It is Miranda Pan, Avery Riggs, Maya Tabor, the 6-foot middle blocker. A lot of pressure on her for Cascade as she's their only really tall player. Ball is received and passed. Now just the over. Lake Stevens going to get an opportunity to set it up. It is set up, and a nice dig by Cascade. Cascade gets the over once again. There's a swing and the first point of the match. Samaya Moran, the 6-foot outside hitter, a sophomore, pounds that one off of Taylor Larson, the libero for Cascade. So it is 1-0. Cascade with an opportunity to set it up. They get the ball over Lake Stevens. Once again off speed. They drop it into an empty zone. Hannah Tron makes a diving effort for Cascade. Cannot get to it. Score is 2-0. Hannah Tron now going to set it up over on the far side. And Amber Tron, sister to sister, with an off-speed swing, gets the kill. 2-1 now. Cascade. It's been a struggle for the Bruins and trying to get back into league play, taking some baby steps, looking for, maybe those little victories that you look for when your program's been down. Avoid unforced errors and so on. Lake Stevens with the setup. Comes back. Cascade now with another opportunity to set up. Miranda Penn with an opportunity, and Lake Stevens back corner angle swing from the right side. Not much any team could do about that, as that was perfectly placed. Line judge emphatic, hitting the line. 3-1 Lake Stevens with the lead here in the first set. And we've got a sub in for the Vikings. Grace Schradell checks in. It will be Samaya Moran, the 6-footer, serving. And the side umpire checking with the scorekeeper over there about the rotations. Pats him on the back, smile on the face, and we are ready to go. Moran on the left side. Bit of a knuckleball. And free ball for Lake Stevens as Cascade just had to get it over. Quick swing at the net. Nice setup. Michelle Fast, I believe, with the fast kill. Cascade gonna get the over, another set opportunity. And there is another point. This time it's Samaya Moran off of the set of the senior Karina Dahlquist. Score goes to 5-1. Service ace for Moran. Score goes to 6-1. One of the things you look for in volleyball is which team can establish rhythm, and right now it is the Vikings. And good dig, nice pass by Cascade to get back in. Nice dig by the Vikings, and they come back. Michelle Fast with another quick swing from the right side into the middle of the Bruins zone. The score goes to 7-1. And One of those 50-50 serves could have been close to out. Instead, it's a service ace as Miranda Pan cannot handle that one. 8-1 is the score. We have reached our first timeout in the contest. We'll take a break and come right back here on STSPN.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
There you go.
Welcome back. This is Mike Buckles along with Todd Elvig, and Lake Stevens leading this volleyball match 8-1. Timeout for Cascade to see if they can interrupt the flow for Lake Stevens. Cascade really trying to work on not having these unforced errors. And there's a miss hit by Miranda Pan as service ace by Samaya Morin. And you know those serves come at you a bit of a knuckleball on them, and it looks easy, but it is not. Nice over for Cascade as they just had to get the third hit over. But what it allows is the set, the traditional bump set, hammer spike by Grace Schradell. Score goes to 10-1.
By the way, I don't think it looks easy.
And at the net where Lake Stevens has an advantage, Michelle Fast gets up and gets that pass that was near the net and just taps it back into the Bruin zone. 11-1 now is the score for Lake Stevens. Again, Lake Stevens undefeated last year in league and district to go to state. Leading in this first set, 11-1. And this time Cascade handles the serve, gets the over, but Lake Stevens sets it up. Nice dig by number 20, Taylor Larson. However, misplayed at the net, but credit Larson for getting under that rapid fire swing by Lake Stevens. 12-1. Cascade gonna try this, the right side, near side, and there's a kill for Amber Tran as she takes the hard swing and puts it down the line off of the Viking. The score goes to 12-2. And now really the player, number 8, Jaden Crane, 5'8" middle blocker, back with the serve. Lake Stevens sets it up, well blocked by Tran at the net, and good opportunity for Cascade, but hit it long on the angled swing from left to right out of bounds, so it goes back to 13-2. And that's going to give Maddie Eiseminger an opportunity for the serve. Cascade just going to have to play the over. And there's some good passing by Lake Stevens. And angled swing, good opportunity, good thought by Schradell, but too long from left to right out of play. 13-3. Amber Tran, the 5'7" outside hitter for the Bruins, will have the service. Nice knuckleball high in the air. Another good set off speed for Lake Stevens, and simply a drop shot by Cascade. Ball goes off the basketball backboard, sets the timing off a little bit. It's still in play, and Cascade hits it out of bounds on the over. 14-3 is the score. Michelle Fast, 5'7" setter, sophomore. She's been playing some of the outside hitter position, though, for Lake Stevens so far. Flat-footed serve. Well received and set up by Cascade. Net violation, however, 15-3. Michelle Fast with the serve. Free ball here for Lake Stevens. There's a set by Fast. And Carly Try makes her presence known with the power swing at the net into the Bruin zone for the kill. 16-3. Drop shot for Cascade. Back line kill swing opportunity for Moran, and she hits it out. 16-4. We got a sub coming in, Avery Riggs checking in for Lizeth De La Cruz Galindo, going to sub out for Cascade. Miranda Pan with the service for the Bruins here in Westco 4A Volleyball. Almost a double hit there for Lake Stevens on the receive. Ball at the net and the deep over for Cascade. And another nice set and a good block over there by Avery Riggs on the far side. But she was able to time that one perfectly, and a couple of points in a row for Cascade. And again, the Bruins have struggled the last couple of years in trying to make some progress here and doing a pretty good job of it. Ball is tipped by Cascade on that kill, and Lake Stevens is basically a well-oiled volleyball machine. 17-5 is the score. Another sub in, Grace Schradell checks out, and number 1 checks in for Lake Stevens, and I'm not sure of her name, so we're gonna have to check that when we get a break. She's not listed on the roster. Lake Stevens, good setup. Cascade, nice dive and hustle. Another set, a quick set, and another kill. Nice set by Michelle Fast. Score goes to 18-5. Jump serve, Cascade with an opportunity here. And they're going to go for the off speed. And
but you have to get it over the net.
Only real tall player went for the drop shot. Maya Tabor, 6 foot tall, couldn't get it over. 19-5. That one is going to be a service error for number 1 of Lake Stevens. 19-6 is the score. Taylor Larson, the libero of Cascade, now with the service on the left side. You can tell the libero, the defensive specialist, wearing different colored jerseys, and Samaya Moran. And boom goes the dynamite with that swing again, as she is getting some nice sets. This time from Michelle Fast, and Marin making the most of that and pounding that one home. Score goes to 20-6. All Lake Stevens, but Cascade trying to hang in there. There's a good swing, forcing Lake Stevens to just simply get the over. Another opportunity for the Bruins here. Set up near the net, and it is called out. So the Bruins make the most of that opportunity and get a bit of a break on the angled swing, which goes out of play. 20 for Lake Stevens, 7 for the Bruins. Hannah Tran serving for the Bruins. Lake Stevens able to set it up and get the point off of the block touch by the Bruins. 21-7 football score. Sometimes a football score.
Sometimes.
Unless I'm in the football pool and have those numbers, then the score's 4-2. 5-2, 2 safeties and a field goal. All right, so we have some rotation coming in, and this is the first match of the year for Lake Stevens, so I believe the side judge is helping the scorekeeper over there with how to figure out how the subs come in. It's going to be Karina Dahlquist serving as she has just checked in, and Chloe Cornelius making her first appearance, I believe. She's replacing Michelle Fast. Service ace for the Vikings as the Bruins, little miscommunication there on who was to take it, 22-7. Coach Poischbeg in her first year for Cascade, trying to get them back in the swing of things. Another service ace, that's 2 in a row for Dahlquist. Stay with us on postgame as we will have the player of the game sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising. And there's a trifecta, 3 aces in a row. Score is 24-7. So we have set point right here.
Do you get like a hat trick?
Hat trick. I'm not sure what they call that. Hat trick, 3 scorers, yeah. So. And the ball goes off one of the support beams up there, and apparently that is still in play. Catches the Bruins slightly out of position as it takes a strange angle, and that's going to do it for the first set. All Vikings 25-7. The two teams will trade sides, and Cascade will have an opportunity to open with service when we come back here on STSPN.
Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200+ national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back to STSPN, Wesco Conference Volleyball 4A portion of the conference. And one of the things that's unique to the Wesco 4A is that all the teams are 4A. As we had that discussion the other night with Archbishop Murphy, there are 3 teams in the West Coast 3A conference. There are 3 teams that are just 2A in that. And right now I have one of the, getting some help, thank you very much, from one of the young ladies in the Lake Stevens program. Number 1 for Lake Stevens is Kendall Solis, as she was not listed on the program. And so we've got that correction.
I don't understand how that could happen.
Well, you would be surprised, and I've had it happen before. And the more importantly, is her name in the scorebook. Now, I don't know what they do in volleyball, but I do know what they do in basketball, and that's a technical foul.
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Okay.
And one of the things I didn't need any help doing was getting a technical foul, I can tell you that. So, although I was pretty good at my last stretch. I think they gave me a little bit of an old man pass on that. So, all right, we're getting ready here, and we've got our lineup squared away. Lake Stevens winning the first set 25-7. And one of the things that they have to do in volleyball is to check the lineups with the scorekeeper and make sure everybody is set in the proper positions and so on. And then the other thing that they will often do, depending on whether they're serving or receiving the serve, they'll get the lineup set and then they make a substitution. So I'm not totally clear on all of that, so I can either be critical or really explain how those things go on. But Cascade seems to have a little bit of confusion going on here, and they're trying to get it squared away.
They had a little bit of that going on at the Everett game last week also. There was some confusion in the lineup.
Well, especially in the first games.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of got to work out their kinks, and it seems like the guys in the truck have worked out the kinks. We got everything going smoothly here with
It looks like it's running.
and you were able to, with all the construction going on here, keep the guys in the truck pretty close
Yeah.
to the building. So.
We did get it right in there. I guess we're going to have to move it towards the back doors here the next
time.
Yep.
You know, just like the Rolling Stones, for those of you who are music fans out there, the Rolling Stones had their mobile recording unit, and that's what it was called, the Rolling Stones mobile recording unit, and they recorded many popular albums back in the days of classic rock, Led Zeppelin 4 being one. So you're just like them. Do you have a name for your truck out there?
No,
You haven't named your truck yet.
the truck.
The truck. Okay. We'll have to come up. Maybe I'd have a contest for that.
The STSPN truck.
There we go. Okay, we're ready to go, and it's going to be Aubrey Rogers, senior setter for Cascade, with the service and diving dig there for Lake Stevens. And Lake Stevens gets a break as kind of an off-speed swing, and it hits the net, throws the timing off for the Cascade Bruins, and Lake Stevens scores the point. And it will be Grace Schradell back with the serve. And well played way in the back, and Cascade has to hustle to get the over. They do. Angled play on the swing for Lake Stevens. Good volley going here, back and forth. Again, hitting the net. Cascade, a little miscommunication on who was going to receive that pass, and that communication gap there leads to a Lake Stevens point. 2-0, Schradell, another serve. Cascade back line over, Lake Stevens setting it up. Off-speed swing down the line. Cascade with an opportunity here. Just taking the over, set up by Michelle Fast. And that leads to the Chloe Cornelius kill. Block attempt at the net is touched, and it is 3-0 for the Vikings. Schradell once again serving from the left side, service ace, as Taylor Larson, the libero, cannot get to it. One of those knuckleball serves coming at you, and having to get in front of that and play it and make a good pass, it is difficult. Net slows that one down. Cascade gets the over, back line. Fast tries a drop shot. Cascade. And Cascade gets the over and scores the point. Almost a little miscommunication, but it looked like Jaden Crane taking control at the net there, 4-1. Again, the Bruins have been struggling and trying to get their program going. Going to certainly see where the bar is tonight because Lake Stevens are defending league and district champions, but Cascade getting an opportunity to set a few things up here, and the Bruins playing well at the net. Fast sets up Samaya Morin, and she taps it over the net. Cascade comes back, opportunity, and Morin once again, just a sophomore with the angled swing off of the block, still hits the floor. And we're at 5-1. The official trying to move the crowd back here a little bit. Some of the people in the crowd don't realize that they're not really allowed to have their feet down on the floor near the bleachers. Five to 1. Brooke Valentine, the senior, serving for the Vikings. Lake Stevens, Cascade, nice passing that time. Lake Stevens comes back. Cascade with the dig. They're just going to have to go for the over. They get it. Opportunity for Lake. Oh, what a play. As they go for the short set, Maddie Eiseminger with the fake swing, and Samaya Morin pounds it to the back line, 6-1. Nothing the Bruins could do about that. Again, a short set. Drop shot for Cascade, and Morin again. Nice over Morin. This time the Vikes come to the near side. Corey Cornelius, 5'10" middle hitter, go from the side with the strong swing, 7-1.
The one thing I noticed a lot more for Lake Stevens is that they all know their job. There's a lot less confusion.
And part of that is just, again, being together and being able to play and understand, knowing your teammates. And a lot of that is having a veteran setter who knows the players and the system, whereas Cascade's going to have a new system, Lake Stevens, a veteran team that's been to state. And the old, call it bump set spike, leads to another point for the Vikings. And the score goes to 9-1. Brooke Valentine with the Vikings serve. And Miranda Pan trying to sky up and get the kill. She's just 5'1", facing the taller players at the net for Lake Stevens. It goes to 10-1 on the score here in the second set, and we've got a timeout. Be right back.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back to STSPN, Westcoast Conference Volleyball. Todd, you'll be in action again tomorrow night with the football contest. Who do you have tomorrow?
We've got Snohomish and Shorewood. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. Pretty good game.
And it's at Shorewood or at Snohomish?
No, it's at Snohomish.
At Snohomish. right here, the Vikings took the first set and leading 10-1 in the second set, but Cascade calls timeout to see if they can interrupt the flow, and they do. Service error, point for the Bruins. Sub comes in, it is now 10-2. Jaden Crane, 5'8" middle blocker for Cascade with the service. Received, passed, and killed. And I'll tell you what, no answer for Samaya Moran of Lake Stevens as she times that perfectly and is getting some really good sets. The last set by Michelle Fast. Fast is now going to check out. And the other setter, Karina Dahlquist, checking in for the Vikings.
So what is like volleyball strategy? So when you do a sub, that sub just falls into the rotation?
They fall into the rotation, and sometimes you'll, in this case, Lake Stevens using two setters, but if you have a really good service, a player who serves well, you can get them into the game and then rotate them in. In this case, it was a setter, and she makes the pass to the hitters. So they try to pass to the setter, in this case, Dahlquist, and then to Moran, they try to set it up. So, perfect world, you receive, pass to the setter, and she sets up one of your hitters for the big swing, and you lead 12-2.
Now, how often can you sub? Can you sub the same person? So if they rotate out, can you sub them back in right away?
Well, yes, you can. But I'm not sure if you have to sub in for the same person or if it's just open sub. Another point for Lake Stevens, the other rule is you have a player who's a defensive specialist, and they called the libero, and they wear the off-color jersey. So libero for Lake Stevens, number 5, Brooke Valentine. They can only play back row. Service ace for Dahlquist of Lake Stevens. And the libero now checking in for Cascade is number 20, Taylor Larson, but they only can play the back row. Service ace, so Dahlquist came in and has 2 service aces and 3, maybe 4 points in a row now, 15-2. So when you have a good server, you get an opportunity to get that player in the game. Avery Riggs checks back in for the Bruins. Second set, Lake Stevens. And just a rocket knuckleball serve. It's borderline whether that's going to go long or not. You try to play it, and when it's, up around your chin area, sometimes it's just self-preservation. Again, back line, unable to make the receive and get the pass and get your offense into motion, and those Cascade just not in rhythm. That helps you establish your rhythm to try to get into some sort of an offensive set. And finally, there's a back line set, and they get the over, and just a little bit too long. So everything going against Cascade right now. But again, part of the thing when you're struggling is, hey, let's see if we can get an opportunity to set up the offense, which they did. But and everything going like Stevens' way as the ball hits the net and rolls over, and there's nothing you can do about that.
No, that's right.
19-2 now here in the second set. And Cascade going to take another timeout, 20-2, to see if they can regroup. Dahlquist totally in rhythm on her serving, and that just dominates the game at this point.
It must be a pretty hard serve or something, because it looks like they're just having a hard time picking up the speed.
Well,
right?
it's
almost like baseball. It's a hitting thing, you get.
And maybe tennis, where you do off speed and knuckleballs and different spins and things like that. 20-2 is the score here in the second set. We got a quick break coming up here.
We'll probably stay here.
We'll stay here. Don't forget to stay afterwards, as we will select the player of the game, sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising, and thanks to David Wright, North Sound representative here for all of the schools, helping them and other private groups with their fundraising. Lake Stevens 25-7 in the first set. This is 20 points for Lake Stevens, 2 for Cascade. Now, the last time the Bruins called timeout, there was a service error, and they got the serve back, but not this time. And miscommunication, we're going to have a sub in. It's number 8, Jaden Crane. Checks in, replacing Taylor Larson, 21-2. And they also will show, as you can see, different formations at the net. 3 players stack, and then they switch around and go back to their positions. Double block for Lake Stevens on that try for Cascade. And, Cascade just not playing with a lot of confidence right now because they can't get in to their offense, and there they get it over. Lake Stevens going to set up, and there's a nice dig for Cascade. Let's see, and the hit, nice job. And so even though they're trailing, now it's 22-3. The Bruins get into their offense a little bit and get the ball to their tall, Maya Tabor, and she gets the kill on a power swing. So those are the kinds of little victories that you are looking for within the contest. Lake Stevens, and once again, Haley Muir this time with the kill, and it hits the net, and if you're ready for that and then it hits the net, it disrupts your dive and so on. It's a tough adjustment to make. 23-3. Vikings showing why they are the defending league and district champs. And so service ace and a bit of a drop ball, and to my eye that looked like it was going out, and then just knuckled down and hit the floor right on just in front of the back line. And there it is again, number 3, Samantha Marin, who has had a tremendous game for the Vikings. And nice play again at the net for the 6-footer. Maya Tabor, as she gets the pass from the setter and taps it over. 24-4, Miranda Penn going to serve for Cascade. Service ace. As a nice line drive knuckleball for the senior.
Now, can you get that ball to move like a curve ball?
You certainly can. It's got a lot of ability to put different spins and things on it. And it looked like there was a player for Lake Stevens into the net. And also over the line in the middle. That was not called. And instead they get the kill and the set, 25-5. And you can see the 2 line judges here maybe talking to the umpire, but we're going to have
I think they're talking about what they're having later.
3-minute break, yes. And when we go to commercial break, you and I can have that discussion as well. So
exactly.
25-5 in the set, 2-0. Cascade had a couple of brief moments where they were able to get a few things done and trying to make some headway, but it's going to be tough against this very powerful Viking squad. We're going to take a break and be right back. Thank you for tuning in.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back. This is Mike Buckles on STSPN. Todd Elvig here on the video control and the other technical services. The guys out in the truck. We're getting set for the third set of volleyball. Westco 4A. It's been all Lake Stevens so far. The Vikings winning the first set 25-7, 25-5 in the second set. And I anticipate for the Vikings that we'll see a few subs in here for the third match, an opportunity to get some of your subs playing. So again, as you're looking, you see the 6 players out on the floor for Lake Stevens, and then the libero number 5 for the Vikings, Brooke Valentine, getting ready to check in as the side umpire is checking the roster for Cascade. It's going to be Amber Tran, Hannah Tran, number 9, number 14, Maya Tabor, and number 3, Avery Riggs, number 8, Jaden Crane, and number 6, Camilla Antuna. Excuse me, correction on that. Number 5, Aubrey Rogers. And Lake Stevens going to pick up where they left off with the killer serving of number 12, Karina Dahlquist. Now, even though Lake Stevens again got the point there, Cascade was able to get a set and a pass opportunity for the big swing, and Dahlquist finally with a service error into the net after a tremendous stretch of serving, and Cascade tied up with an opportunity to take a lead here. Ball near the net, blocked, and Cascade takes the lead. And so, as I talked off the air when I had got hired for some of my jobs, and the teams the programs had been down, you look for the little victories, and Cascade's got the lead here in the third set, and that's a little victory for the Bruins. And another big swing, and Lake Stevens able to recover and get the over. And look at Cascade once again setting up their offense. Good volley, good rally going here. Kill opportunity for Lake Stevens. They went to the right player, Samaya Morin, but she's long on the swing kill attempt on the angled swing, and it goes out, and Cascade with a 2-point lead. And now all of a sudden maybe Lake Stevens with a little bit of mental relaxation, and into the net with that drop shot goes one of the Bruins, Maya Tabor, and the score goes to 3-2. But a little stretch of positives that you can take away if you are a Cascade Bruin fan. Samaya Morin back to serve, and she's had a couple of stretches of good service as well. not to mention the kills that she's had. Just a little bit long for Amber Tran on the angled swing from the left to the deep middle, goes out. Score is now tied at 3. Now a real confidence booster for the Bruins would be, now that the score is back to tied, to see if they can come back and get the lead again against a quality team. And Lake Stevens going for the hit it where they ain't, as they just go off speed and dump it over the top of the defensive block. Morin with a little drop service there. A nice kill by Maya Tabor as that ball is up, received and passed for the swing for 4. An opportunity once again for Cascade. Long service, Dahlquist with the set. And Maya Tabor trying to get the back line dig. The only real height for Cascade, that's not really going to be her forte as a 6-footer on the back line. She now takes a break, but had a nice little stretch there. 5-4, Lake Stevens.
My wife was always digging on me.
Lake Stevens now with the set. Dahlquist blocked at the net on Schradel's swing, and another block at the net, this time by Jaden Crane. And the score goes to 5-5. And Carly Try returns, replacing, I believe that's Maddie Eiseminger. Ball goes up, hits that cross beam, and it's still in play, so that adds a little dynamic to it. Nice setup for Schradel, and she powers that one home on the swing. From the right side into the block. Checking once again with the scorekeeper. Coach Kyle Hoagland reminding his team to talk to each other out there, so you have that verbal communication out on the floor. You don't necessarily need continuous talk, but certainly effective communication. And this one is returned over the net, and that's going to give Lake Stevens an opportunity to set up. And it hits the back line. I believe that was Haley Muir. 7-5. But the Bruins with a little spurt here at the beginning of this one, and service error for Michelle Fast. So Cascade hanging around here in the third set. Trailing 7-6. Amber Tran with the service, set up fast, goes behind her head. Avery Riggs skying up to help block that one. And we're back tied for the Bruins. Tran with a grin on her face as she bounces that one off the back of her teammate. Trying for, again, a little bit of the knuckleball service, 8-7.
I think this was it's kind of like deja vu for the Bruins, because Everett was the first 2 sets against Everett, they were far and ahead, and the last set, the Bruins kept it close for more than half the game. I mean, they came alive in the third.
Kendall Solis with the serve, and now strong play by Marin at the net. Marin now with the pass to Fast, and again the set, nice try for the dig by Tran, but she can't control it, and it goes off line, out of bounds, 9-7. Kendall Solis, the mystery lady, number 1, as we didn't have her on the roster, and I got help from one of the younger players of Lake Stevens, as Solis with the service error keeps Cascade close. And And part of that might be that the other teams will sub some players in that haven't been in the game yet, and it takes a little while to get that rhythm going. But Cascade developing some rhythm here in the third game. And again, that's a victory. They played that one well at the net, going to set it up. A little offline, but they get it over. Fast setting it up for Samaya Morin once again. And that young lady can play some volleyball, 10-8. Well received by Cascade. Nice angled swing, but Lake Stevens going to set it up. Good rally going, too close to the net on the set. Aubrey Rogers trying to set up a teammate for the kill. Just got it a little bit too close to the net. Score goes to 11-8. Pretty big crowd here tonight.
Same as what I've got.
What's that?
11-8.
11-8. Is that the time?
No, it's
Nice block at the net by the Bruins, and violation for hits for the Bruins as Maya Tabor, the 6-footer, makes her presence known. 11-9. Aubrey Rogers, Bruins service. Off-speed tap. Bruins going to set it up. And set and power swing. Tabor with the kill. 11-10. And once again, Cascade with an opportunity to tie it up. And it makes for a little bit of excitement, and you want to see the Bruins. They've been down, and one of the things that you need to work on is don't have an unforced error when you have an opportunity in those situations, and you don't get your service over, and that's twice now. Service errors have plagued the Bruins here when they had an opportunity to tie it up. We've got some subs coming in. Lake Stevens leading 12-10 here in the third set. Mike Buckles along with Todd Elvig.
Now, number 12, she's pretty good setter.
Number 12 for Lake Stevens, Karina Dahlquist, is the setter, and she has just been solid on the service line as well. And, you know, when you have a lot of veteran seniors that have played at a high level, that always helps your team, especially when they are the setters. That is her second serve that has went into the net, found some centipede legs and crawled over.
I'm not sure that was exactly skill there, but
well, trying to graze that top of the net. So
yeah, exactly.
And Cascade with a little bit of net play on their own, and under the net, unfortunately, as that pass took Aubrey Rogers of Cascade into the net as she was trying to get the set up. Nothing she could do about that. Trying to get the set, 14-10. Lake Stevens extending their lead a little bit here now. Rogers this time with a little more room. Vikings now with an opportunity and going off speed for the kill. 15-10. And that little lob can be affected as well. Change of speeds. Cascade. Rogers trying to set up her teammate. 16-10. Just could not quite get the over. Again, coach up trying to help out, working on some of the little things. And there's the miscommunication. And I like it because the Cascade player takes responsibility for it, knows what she did immediately, and can work on the correction. This is only their second match of the year, but I'll tell you, for their first match, Vikings looking good. Cascade just going to have to give the free one over to Lake Stevens. Dahlquist with the quick set, gets blocked, and it comes back. Cascade looking for the nice swing and a heck of a dig that time by Solis. To save the point, Cascade tries to go down the line with the swing, and it is out of bounds, 18-10. Dahlquist back with another service ace. And we have a Bruin timeout here in the third set. 19-10 is the score. The Vikings leading 2-0. We'll be back after this commercial break. Don't go away.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
And we are back talking off air about some of the more difficult plays in volleyball, which is that dig off of a hard swing. Effective timeout as Dahlquist unable to recover her rhythm, and that is a service error, 19-11. Avery Riggs going to serve for Cascade. We're talking about those kill attempts, a spike, so to speak. Dahlquist setting up. And there's one right there. And even more difficult if that ball is not coming at you but goes to your side and you have to dive for it and hit it with one hand. 20-11 as the Vikings get another kill.
I guess they just practice making sure their hands are always in the right position, right?
Samaya Morin. Well, you also have to be able to pop it up so the next player can make an effective pass. Just like that. And there's the good setup, but a little too much length on that swing for the Bruins. Samaya Morin having a tremendous game for Lake Stevens. And Morin with the pass to Dahlquist. Dahlquist tried to set up the player behind who was not ready for that. So on the back set that time, there was some miscommunication. Nevertheless, the point goes to the Vikings, 22-11. Amber Tran going to check in for Miranda Pan of Cascade. Off speed, service off the net, and then into the net. So well played off the net, but you got to get that. You got to get it up higher if you can. Again, sometimes easier said than done. Getting some height on that. 23-11, and once again, Samaya Morin. And I watched some of her serves on the other side. They seem to take a dive once they clear the net. They seem to drop. You see that drop that is on that. And off of Viking, that was game point, and Cascade survives for one more. 24-12.
I think they might have actually been able to get that if the coach and those two people over there weren't in the way.
Taylor Larson in for the Bruins serve. And now there's a service error, and that's going to do it for this match. Bruins showing a little life, though, in the third set. Nevertheless, Vikings just too much for them to handle tonight. And we're going to pick our North Sound Physical Therapy, Adrenaline Fundraising player of the game. And we're going to take a little break. We're going to see if we get that player over for an interview and make the presentation.
That is right.
Okay, stay with us here on STSPN.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back to STSPN, Westco Conference Volleyball. This is Mike Buckleton. We have made our player of the game selection, and we have selected Lake Stevens sophomore Samaya Morin. And nice game tonight.
Thank you.
It's kind of hard to pick one player of the game because your team is so balanced. Can you tell us a little bit about your team?
Well, our team practices every day super hard. Everyone isn't just working on their position. They're working on everything to improve all sets of skills, and we just like to play as a family and a team so we can accomplish things like we did tonight.
It looked like this is your first game of the first match of the season, correct?
Yes.
And it looked like your communication was, you went to state last year, so it looked like you picked up right where you left off.
Yeah.
Good communication with your team.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your setters. It looked like they did a great job for you tonight. Karina Dahlquist being one, and Michelle Fast doing a good job setting the ball for you.
Yeah, Michelle, I've been playing with Michelle for, I think, about 5 years now. She's been our setter for about 3, and she's super good at running fast up-tempo. She's great with communication. And then Karina, I just started playing with her last year, and she's super good at talking and just helping everyone out, especially like the underclassmen.
And how long have you been playing volleyball?
I've been playing volleyball for about 8 years.
Okay. Do you play any other sports as well?
I also play basketball.
Oh, you do? Okay. So two-sport athlete, and you play for Coach Randall Edens then.
Yes.
So I know Randall very well. Well, you did a nice job tonight, and I think you, unofficially, I was checking with the score, you had 4 service aces, and I think she said 9 kills. So good ball game tonight.
Thank you.
You have earned a T-shirt that says STSPN Player of the Game, and that is sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising. Todd's going to take your picture here.
Okay.
And once again, very well done for the Lake Stevens Vikings as they get off to a great start tonight, winning in 3 sets, 25-7, 25-5, and 25-12. And congratulations to our player of the game, Samaya Marin, and she's a sophomore here at Lake Stevens, and we're going to see some more of you because you're a heck of a player.
Thank you so much.
All right, very good job, young lady. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and that's going to do it for tonight, and good hospitality tonight, good crowd, had a lot of fun. Don't forget to tune in to football tomorrow night as Todd and the crew out in the truck will be having a football game at Snohomish as Snohomish is taking on, did you say Shorewood? Shorewood tomorrow night. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 o'clock. So don't forget to tune in. This is Mike Buckles, and thank you very much, and good night.